the virtual box. I'm already put all the script on PHP, right, all that. But this is a simple honeypot server, because I'll just show you okay how to the how to the detect the IP, the real IP address of, and also the the actual the location of the attacker, right? So first let understand about what is a honeypot, right? So this is the small slide, is not too big. Is you know the small slide, right? And there is only the 5 page, the 3 and 2 pages, right? Which is the information, right? What is a honeypot and how does it work on the honeypot, and what types of honeypots is available of the currently, right? So we will create the the create the honeypot for the detect actually IP address, right, for the hackers, right? So what is a honeypot? So the honeypot is a trap, right? The trap server, and someone is attacker when the attacker is attack on the server. So we are just create the honeypot. It's just like the simple the simple attack, right? The simply is attack on the server, and then collect the information from the server, and then the file is open, so automatically is just detect the IP address. And that's what they understand about what is the definition of the honeypot, right? Well, the honeypot definitions come from to the the word, and then the where the smart Harry style, who's the user the romantic relation is where the stealing the secret of just described the setting or honey trap, right? And honeypot is often as a enemy spy compromised by the honey trap, then focus hand over the everything he and she. All right, as now. And then computer security terms, cyber honeypot work in the similar way, betting of the trap, the hackers. It's a right. So the computer system that is at attempt of attract a cyber attack, and like a decoy, and it mimics, and the target is hacker is used for the intrusion attempt to gain the informations about the criminal, and then we are just operating in this target, right? This is the actually the definition of honeypot, because we are trying to the we create the the server, right? The easy server hack, the easy server, right? On then put on the network. So attacker is attack on this using the VPN or proxy server, so easily is to attack the honeypot, right? So most of the organization and most of the the government agencies use the honeypot on put on the network most of the time, because the honeypot is a better solution for the get information about the attackers, right? So now honeypot is work. How the honeypot is work? So the honeypot is look like the real computer system. It's basically just like a the real type of server, but this is a trap server, right? So the system with the application data flowing and the cybercrime into the thinking of the legitimate target. For the example, honeypot could be a mimic of the company's customer billing system. Is a basically is used for the social engineering type, right? So the target and attack the criminal who want to the find the credit card numbers once the hacker, and then we are the tracked, and then the behavior assessed, and then goes on the how to the make the real network more the secure, right? The honeypot has made the attractive attackers where they're biding of the right. So it's basically the simple we just put on the simple vulnerabilities put on the sunny port. So is a basically this is the easiest target for the hackers, right? And this is the juicy target, right? So the attacker is a attack on this particular server, and then and just download the some file or some stealing of the data on the honeypot, so easily I'm just tracked down, right? So this is actually right. So the honeypot is attractive, right? And then we the vulnerabilities. So for the instance, the honeypot might be a port respond to the port scanning, weak passwords, vulnerable ports might be left open the and try to attacker in this honeypot environment rather than this more secure like the network. So honeypot is a set the address specific a problem like the firewall and antivirus, right? So honeypot is not the set any the security mechanism, because we just try to the fish the hacker, right? We are just try to the fish, and we just collect the information about the attacker, right? So in the scenario, in the real case scenario, and we just try to the as a practical because there's a better understanding how to the create the honeypots and how to the put on it. So I'm already a created right the honeypot in my virtual machine in the Ubuntu operating system, and I have already the export my virtual over file, and I'm put to my I will put my over file on the drive. So I will share you the link also the over file, right? So you can easily go on there and easily download and set up on your virtual machine, right? So let me start my other practical, which is better understand for how to the collect the information from the honeypot. So there is a honeypot server, right? So this is the honeypot server, right? I'm already done all this each of everything, but it's now you depend on you. Okay, what the extra activities is, what you actually put on then, the automation and some microservices and put on there and some things are also. All right. So let us start my honeypot server, and we just show you when I'm attack on this server, right? And by using the proxy server, the proxy server by the Tor browser, because we also know about to the Tor browser. Tor is hide your IP address and behind the proxy, right? We are trying to the attack by the Tor browser on the server, and we just collect the information actual IP address of the server, right? So this is my server, and this is the password of the honeypot server. Password is hacker, right? So let's just start my HTTP server on here, and then we start all the services in there, and then after that we are just perform the attack by the Kali machine, and then we collect the IP address, right? So, and I'll just go to on the terminal, right? First, you start my server, HTTP server. So I just put on the sudo service apache 2 and start, right? So, and then password is hacker, right? And it's a perfectly a start my server. And let me show you okay what kind of the script I input on my on this server, right? So in this server is a one there's two files, right? In HTTP, HTTP server, there's two files. One is the admin.php, second is index.php, and third is data, the data folder. And is the data folder I'm put on the, some malicious, the payload file. At that payload file is a doc file or XML file. I'm just put on the XML file, and I'm just to change the name of the XML file is just juicy name, right? Server password is username and username and password like that. So I'm just put on, I will put on the XML file, but there's two script. One is a online form, right? Let me show you. This is the login form, right? Script is nothing but it's just simply HTML code and some JavaScript, some PHP code, which is the check the password is match or not, right? A username is match or not. And this the form is action on the admin.php file, right? And this is a just like the logging page like that, and this is a controller phase between the backend is running, which is a check the username and password. But right now I'm just put the username and password as a default admin, because the most of the time is hacker is try to the the default password is checked. If that password is admin, administrator, admin password like that, right? So that's why I'm just put on there the admin and the password. So the password is a password, and username is admin, right? But there's a so simple script, the PHP script, which is check the authentication, right? Okay, if that username and password is matched, so the message code is one. So if that message code is one, so that you are the authorized person, and then session is login, right? So your session is a start on that, because is move to on to to another page, right? And this, if your user if your password is not matched, so the code is 21, so the 21 is your password is not matched, right? And if that code is 31, so it's not password. It's a so simple authentication page like that, right? It's not too complicated. This is basically is a simple estimate, the PHP page. because I have acknowledged about to the PHP, so that's why I'm used to the PHP. Because this server is HTTP server, so that's why this is a very reliable the language for the HTTP. All right, so the server piece, or the server side language. So that's why I'm used for this PHP page. And this is the nothing. It just collect the username and password from the form, and then we are just put on then just check out on here. The authentication is just simply, and this is the call function, right? This is the call function is just nothing. It's basically a check if that authentication is one. So if that case is one, so it's basically a location of the data, the data folder. And if not, so it's basically a message 21 and 20 31. So it's a simple HTML page, and let's check out okay, how to the perform. But I just put this my server on onto the online, because when I'm start with the server, so HTTP server, right, is running as a offline, right? But I'm not work on the offline. We are work on the online. So that's why I just need for the put this server on the online by the ngrok. So ngrok is a port forwarding, right? This tool. Let me show you what is the ngrok and how does it work on the ngrok. So you guys simply go to the ngrok website and just download the ngrok and ngrok. All right, simply download the ngrok from the ngrok official website. So the ngrok is a port forwarding is a put your local IP local system to the online server. So this is a Linux base, so that's why I'm just simply download this one and then unzip and then apply the authentication token on here. You can just create your simply sign up with the ngrok, and you can simply is download and then create your authentication token. And then after that you just set up your authentication and you know start the HTTP server, which is your HTTP server put your local to publicly, right? Let me show you, but let's just finish on this. And the second thing, which is the juicy information, or the the juicy file. And that juicy file is masked in the payload, right? That payload is collect the information, uh, the behind the IP address and the location, actual location, right? So that is a very reliable the Canary token. The Canary token is good for the collecting information from the attacker, right? So it's basically the Canary token. Let me just go to the Canary token, right? Canary token. Sorry, Canary token. Right. So the Canary token, right? So this is the official website, and also there is a the GitHub, page for the track activity action for the network, right? So there is so many payloads related for the collecting information, and there is it, all right. So some images, if that click on that image, so automatically detect the IP address. If that collect on any file, so you can just create the there is all this tokens on here. But we work on the XML file, so I just try to that put the XML file on my honeypot server, and then we try to that. So this is a simple way, all right. You can just go on there, just XML file. So this XML file, when the attacker is open the XML file in the system, so automatically I detect the IP address of the real IP address, right? When I'm just click on it, and let's create the fake mail, right? Fake mail generator, because I just want to collect the information from my mail, from the mail, right? So let's just wait. This is actually the simple way, and right, so easily you can create some advanced point and some automation tools, and using the Python and any other languages if you're comfortable, so you can easily create. I'm just put on that, and then memo a reminder. So the reminder is trap, right? Or you can just type the honeypot, right? And now let's create the honeypot, and this is the XML file. And this XML, Excel file, sorry, Excel file is basically when the attacker is click on that, so automatically manages the token. Let me show you as a practical, so it's a better understand, right? So I'm just download this one file, and this one is file is a XML file. So I just save this file on my drive, right? I'm just So this is my file, and I'm just change the the rename, and the rename just give the server username, usernames, username and passwords. And then attacker is understand that there is a actual username and password of the servers, right? So if that download this file, and when this open this file in the the locally system, so automatically collect the real IP address of behind the IP address of the proxies, right? So I'm just copy this one and copy. All right, and I just to go on my uh, you know the server directory, and I'm just put on there. And I'm just put the file, and there are the source info, right? So let us start my put my server as a local to the public by the using the ngrok. So I'm just put the ngrok, hey ngrok, and then ngrok is already on the exist, right? So there is no problem. You can easily use for the ngrok also, right? Because this machine is create the virtually over file, and right, so you can easily easily you input in your virtual machine, right? So I'm just go on my desktop folder, right? And then we just try to the ngrok, right? And we just say to the http, and http is port number 18. And I'm just hit enter. And as you can see, my server is put on my online, right? By this link, right? So this is my proxy server. So first let me just show you, right? Okay, how to the work on this server. So this is my Tor browser, right? Let me just try to also check what is my IP address currently is running on which country, right? So like leak DNS, and this is my main machine, right? So this is the my proc, which is the honeypot server is running on there, and this is my attacker machine, right? So this is the attacker machine is running on the the Tor browser, and we also the not a Tor browser provide the security, the hide your IP address behind the the proxies, right? So leave DNS, and let's open that, right? And let's confirm, okay, which country is right now on access, right? So as I track, just right. So the my IP address is this one is currently, right, this one, and in the proxy server. And let's find out and track down okay, what is the which country's IP address is right now the hide my IP address, the real IP address. So the tracing IP. Oops. And let's try. Right, I'm just put on this IP address and try dot. And actually this is my real IP address, which is show you all the origin and organization and ISP server, and where I'm access right now. So this is my real IP address. But when I'm check this IP address, right? So 1226 and dot 162, right? And let's track down. Let's keep the rate and it's down, right? And as you can see, so my proxy servers, my Tor browser IP address is a different, right? The place, and this is a different, the location is a show on that when I'm track the IP address, because it's not correct information, right? Because my IP address is hide by the proxy in using the, the Tor browser. So let's try to the download the file, and let's find out. The actual IP address of the attacker. So currently my IP address is 187.185 and 261.26.102, right? So let's open this website, right? This is the link of the website. I just try to open this link. So 424E and 4E and 01 and dash 117 dash 201 dash 79 dot ng rock dot right. When I hit enter, I can it's to open 4E01 dash 117 dash 0179 and dot sorry, the 7. So that's let's hit it. Sometimes it's a network problem with this, right? So that's let me cross check. 117 201 All right, and as you can see, so this is a page as admin login page, and then attacker is try to the some default credentials on there, right? For like admin, like that. It's like okay, login, but the password is not match. Again, just try to administrator like that, but I just directly put the passwords and that's good, right? And it is okay, and as you can see there is a show the file is server username and password. So the attacker is download this file and was the open on the the machine as a live at the local machine, so automatically detect the IP address, right? Let me just download this one first. I'm just download, and let me just download on my right, save this file, and where I'm save or the file is on my application computer, save on my home. I'm just save all there. So I just save a file. When I'm save this file, right? So my save of file on my the local system or attacker local system. So this is the local system of the attacker, right? So this one. When the attacker is open this file, right? And there is all the blank, but you can put the some users name and some password is also there, right? And easily the attacker is understand okay, there is some juicy information is tried to that, but it's basically a fish right now as a hacker, right? Because when this open this file, so automatically it detect the live location of current the current location of the system, right? Let me check out. And in this attack, I'm performed right by the Tor browser, but let's find out the actual type it is show or not, right? I'm just go on my Canary token and there. So I'm just go on the manage, and as you can see, this is the this token has been the trigger once, you know, and then someone is triggered this one. When I check out the history, right, and we just check out right the history and then just download, and as you can see there's a current location of the attacker, the from Aligarh, right? But actually I'm the nearby the Aligarh, so that's why it show the current location of the Aligarh, and easily the fish hacker, right? And there we go, so all the information. So country is India, city is Aligarh, and region of Uttar Pradesh. And my agent the open this file is LibreOffice, because Kali machine or Linux machine is use the LibreOffice, but the Windows machine is use Microsoft, right? And this memo is a honeypot, and which is and if you easily export the location by the format of the JSON format on CSV format, you can create some GUI based application which is show you current location. When I'm check out this download this JSON file, so this JSON file is show like all the information in there, right? And as you can see, you can easily handle by this JSON format data and your by the by the Python or any languages, but it's depend on you. You can just create the some microservices for the collecting data from the location from the Canary token, and then show the result on your GUI base, and just like that. But if you want to the creative of that, right? But this is a simple example, right? Which is a collect information the currently of the hacker, right? Because this attack I did by using used the Tor browser, and easily I'm detect the current location of the hacker, right? And also this is a fake mail, right? So, and as you can see, the mail is shown that the Canary trigger was the trigger this file, and when you click on it, so is all the information is show you the same. So this is the live the source IP address, right? And you can, when you scan or when you track this IP address, so it's a show you the current location. Let me just trace IP. Let's check out what the hacker location actually. I just put on the, and as you can see, they are just simple, right? Just into it, and there we go. So city is Agra, Uttar Pradesh, right? So the ISP server is BSNL, right? And connection is this one, and Asia, and all the latitude and longitude, and is all the information is like that. So this is a simple way, right? But if you want to the some more advanced thing input on the server, so you can put also that, right? So for example, just go on there. So there is so many things, right? For example, alert when the user visit the website, any website, right? And alert for the host name required, right? Alert for the email senders unique address, right? All these things. So it is depend on you, okay, what you want on you put on your honeypot. So this is the actually the way most of the organization, and also the CIA and FBI, is used to track the hacker use this kind of the approach is used for the track the actual IP address of behind the honeypot and sorry, VPN and also the proxy, right? But this is the easiest way because most of the time hacker is attack on your system for the collect on stealing the data, and you just put the some the file is just juicy information, and the juicy information which is the attacker is trigger attacker is a fish, right? So when they download the any files from the server, so when it's open this actual the real the real system, so automatically detect the attacker actually the the IP address is running on that, right? But the live IP address, and there is so many options on there, the barcode and SPN and the redirect key and SQL server and clone the website. If that clone your website, so the attacker sometimes clone the website for the phishing and all that, so you can easily what the actually allocation of that, and custom the binary or DLL files or Windows folder, you can put on then some Windows folder on there, and when this open automatically a fish like that. So these are the thing, but the Canary is also the provide some script on the GitHub. So Canary, you can just go to the on there, so GitHub page. So there is this all their Pythons, right? So options on the DNS PLPY. You can just put in this anything. So, and I think so. If you're if you're understand the Python, so you can easily understand this code, and then also okay what actually write on that code. So all this information, right? So this is the easiest way for the track the IP address, and but it's a depend on you. Okay, if you want to the create some more advanced options put on the honeypot and you the trap and then also. And if you want to that, so definitely I will provide you the some of the guidance about the honeypot creating. Right, I have there some research paper about the honeypots, so I will share you about that, and you can just put this thing in the honeypot, because the honeypot is basically a trap, right? So we have to try to the trap for the collecting the location, right, for the honeypot, and then some payloads on that, and this attacker is click and easily under trace, right? So this is actually a way for the problem to solve by this thing, right? So I just hardly recommend okay, do not go to the anywhere. You can just use this approach, and this approach is better, right, for the others, right? Because if you try to and just need for the deep and deep and deep, but there is actually the problem with the low enforcement, right? So because we are just that's actually the problem. For example, attacker is use the proxies of Pakistan, So you're not not to communicate with the Pakistan, and it's also the China, so it's not to communicate with the China. And most of the hackers is try to use the proxy for the country to enemy country, right? Because if that enemy country use the proxy, so the actual country is not collect the information from the enemy's country, right? So that's why. So this is actually the approach is a better approach for the tracing actually of the IP address. And definitely I will share you this link, all right? Also this server, and this server is a perfect. You can just build up all your some advanced point and also the put on there and some juicy information and all that. But this is the simple server I'm just create, right? So we just this is a platform as your the base, right? You can just develop this you will develop this servers on easy, and hope so that you understand about to okay, right? So how to the trace in this IP address, and hope so that you gain something about that. This is the ngrok. We just put this ngrok2 on my on my local online server, by the local to the online, because this is a provide the port forwarding, and is a forward the to the my local to the publicly server. When you open this a link on your cell phone on your Tor browser, so there's the same thing as the show on your the machine, right? And when you type the admin, the same thing is show on that, because this the local server I'm put on my live server, right? So this is actually the way for the finding the actual IP address of the server, right? So the real IP address. So I will share you this drive on, and you can just download from the server, and then you just build up your server on, right? So, and I hope so that you understand about okay, how to solving the problem with this. This is the basic thing, right? But you can just try to the some approaches and all. So Sumit, I think so it is enough for that, right? So it's a practical, right? So this is the actual way. So I just suggest you the all the guys please use this approach. This approach is better, and then others, right? Because last night did work on there, right? So there is so many a problem with this facing, or so that's why this is the actually the way for the reliable, right? Okay, we just create the honeypot and put on my the network, so easily the attacker is attack on the easiest server first, and then attacker is download the some files, and when the soap pins automatically detect the IP address of that servers. So Sumit, I think so it's enough for the that's
Yeah.
hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Let's see, like, informing about it once.
Sumit, your voice is really broad.
Okay. I said I'm
Right.
informing sir about it.
All
Okay.
right, sure, sure. I will share you the link also, right? And put on the server, right, on the drive. So I will share you the link also of the server.
Yeah. Yeah. You can share the scripts as well. Okay. All right then. Fine. So we'll be moving forward to the evening session today. Okay.
Yeah, sure, 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 definitely.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye, bye.